Hey, what is going on, guys? Spike Pete here, bringing you some zombies gameplay on The Giant. So, in the background, nothing super special. I don't even know how many rounds I get to. I do the musical Easter egg, so that takes up a ton of time. But that's it for the background. What I really want to talk about is the fact that I had someone in my room last night, and it scared the crap out of me. Now, for starters, kind of going to give you some background information at this point. Number one, I don't sleep well. I'm someone who I usually, let's be really generous, let's say I go to bed at 11:30, I fall asleep. I do not sleep all the way through till 8 when I need to get up. I'm one of those people, I go to bed at 11:30, I wake up at 1, 2, 3, 4, 6:30, and then I fall asleep perfectly, and nothing in the world can wake me except for the hell that is school. But I think that's just being a teenager. But so that's something that happens to me a lot. I'll wake up pretty constantly, and I'm usually very I'll wake up, be very conscious that I am awake. I'll know what's going on. I'll kind of look around. Usually I'll check my phone because it's got the different LED light telling me that it's fully charged, so I'll unplug that, unplug my charger because they buzz. It's really annoying. I never noticed it until the other day, but that's beside the point. So the second thing you need to know is that I live in a very old house. The bottom, this is back in the 20s. Someone bought the property. They built this little one room house for themselves, just what you typically see as being a very old house. Next family moved in, added on, made it bigger, single story, like a normal small house. Well, then kept going. Someone decided, let's build an upstairs, and for some reason they decided, okay, so we're gonna fit 2 bedrooms, a pretty decent sized hallway, a closet, and a bathroom over a bottom story that is literally a 2x2 for rooms. So we're going to fit all that and above this. And typically you see, when you have older houses, the upstairs is not as big. It's not like a skyscraper where you have the same square footage on the top as you do the bottom. Well, my room is about 12 feet by 11 feet. And I have a regular sized bed that takes up a good portion of that. I have a desk that takes up another good portion of that. I have a dresser that takes up a pretty good portion of that as well. So I have probably about a 9 by 6 foot area in the middle of my room that my stuff can go. So normally going to bed, I have my monitor on, I'll watch YouTube or Netflix or stuff, so my chair is usually just pushed off to the side. So at this point I think I can get into the rest of that story. So I wake up and it's about 2 in the morning, so I'm kind of in that groggy state of I'm not awake, I'm not paying attention to anything. So I'm kind of, for some reason, I randomly decide I want to look around my room. So I do. I'm kind of looking around. I look at my desk chair with the back facing me, and my first instinct's, holy crap, there's someone sitting in my chair. And at this point, I've been awake for all of 3 seconds, and already my heart is pounding. I am looking at that thing, and in my mind, I'm like, crap, all the guns are downstairs, the knives are downstairs. I don't even know where, I don't have anything, my lightsaber's on the other side of my room. It wouldn't do me much good, but it might scare the guy. I got nothing. My baseball bat's across the room. There is no way I can get to anything before that guy would get up and get to me. So at this point, I'm really scared. And about 7 seconds into this, my mind is starting to go through all these different options starts off with, okay, someone's in my chair. What do I do? And then I kind of went to the next logical step of, okay, no one would be in my chair. They would have woken me up because I'm not that heavy of a sleeper. and no one would be in my house. Who would want to be in my house? And especially, why would a big tall guy whose head's gonna stick out above my chair want to be in my room? And especially not facing me, because this is like that evil, like, guy's gonna spin around in the chair, do something evil, like laugh, just the typical, like, this looks like a bad guy thing going on. So the next thing in my head is, well, okay, did I put my clothes, did I put them in my chair so it would stick up like that? No, I don't have that many clothes. They wouldn't be up that high. So at that point, I've eliminated all of the logical, physical reasons. So kind of the next thing going through my head is, okay, well, let's focus a little bit harder and let's see, is this real? So I focus a little bit harder, and all of a sudden the head disappears. So at this point, I'm a little bit even more freaked out because, well, typically people don't disappear. So is this a demon? Is this a monster? Is this something that I should be really scared of? And this going through my head, I'm sitting there like, holy crap. And then I'm kind of like, then in my head, it's like, wait a sec. In psychology today, we were learning about how we like to see faces and things. This is why you get those guys who post the pictures of their, like, potato chips. They're like, oh, look, my potato chip looks like Abe Lincoln. Because we're looking for faces in everything that we do. And I'm like, oh, okay, there's nothing wrong here. There's nothing going on. Nothing demonic or anything. My mind is trying to make sense of the fact that for some reason it was darker in this one spot on my wall, that there was less light getting to it. So at this point, though, my heart's already pumping. I didn't fall asleep for like the next half an hour. I'm just laying in bed thinking about this, and it kind of just brought to my mind doing this commentary on it, because that scared the crap out of me. That was one of those situations where in my head the very first thing coming to me is, okay, that is weird, that no one else has had that happen to them. But then I was reading stuff, I was watching videos, I was just interacting with different people, and I started to realize that this isn't a very unique situation to me. This is something that actually quite a few people have gone through. They've had very similar situations to me on this. And that kind of just brought to my mind that we're not very unique people. People are very common. In fact, psychology actually sets out to prove that we are very similar and very predictable, because so much of what we go through happens to everyone. And that this is something that you see a lot of the time, that especially with looking at my demographics on YouTube. Typically the, like, teenager to mid-20s is the most watched age group. And a lot of times we tend to think that, oh, I'm very unique. This is a me situation. You, especially yelling at your parents, you don't know, you're not me, you didn't go through this. When in fact, yeah, they did. You probably have very similar experiences as what your parents had growing up. And that's something that, like, especially with the things that go on in life, of breakups, stuff happening at school, it's not unique. Other people have gone through it, and you gotta remember that. You gotta talk to people about that, because getting it out there, talking about it, will make you feel a whole lot better. Especially for me, talking about this. Because to me, this was something, it was scary. It wasn't real, but it was scary, and it was something that it bugged me, because I couldn't fall back asleep. But just talking about this, getting it out there, is something that is very helpful for me, because I can make my way through it logically. And you can share it, and that's just a huge thing to remember, is that there's always someone to talk to. There's always someone, even if they don't quite understand it, they will at least understand that it was real to you. Because for me, I'm one of those people, I don't like the dark. People don't naturally. I really don't like the dark. Like, if I go hiking or something, I'm back in my car and I'm going to be home before it gets dark, because I don't like that idea of things watching me. It really freaks me out. But that's one of those things that I've talked about, that I've shared that fear with other people. I've talked that through, And it's one of those things that talking to those people who generally they understand because we're very similar, but even those people who don't, they understand that to me it's real. And that's something that you gotta keep in mind. You gotta remember when something's going on in life, you gotta talk about it. Find someone, whether that's your parents, your friends, someone that you just trust. To get those feelings out, you gotta talk to someone, and just remember there is always someone there for you. If you guys found this video, found the story funny, cool, whatever, or just interesting, please drop a like on the video, comment down below, let me know your similar situations, and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, guys.